Hey, I'm Rip, the Sandaled Carpenter. During the week, I remodel houses, but on the weekends, I work in the backyard, and sometimes it can get a little crazy. Come check out what we're working on this weekend. This weekend, we're building a backyard bungalow. It's gonna be huge. We're using 6x6 posts. It's gonna be 2-story with a wraparound seating at the top so that the whole family can come hang out, have fun, barbecue, and hang out on the beach. For this project, we're gonna keep it simple and use basic construction design. We'll have 4 6x6 by 20 foot long posts on each corner, 2x8 joist on a 16-inch center framing up the floor. We'll be using 1.25 inch thick deck boards. We'll build a staircase with a nice strong handrail to go up and down. To spice it up a notch, we'll be building bench seats in the place of rails in a couple of spots. And we'll cap it off with a simple lean-to style roof with Galvalume metal up on top. Now, since we're building outside, all of our materials will be pressure treated to make sure they hold up. That should wrap up the backyard bungalow. Materials we are using for this project are posts, 2x8s for framing, 1.25 inch deck boards, 2x4s for the roof, Galvalume metal up on top, 2x10 and 2x6s for the stairs, and 2x10s for the bench seats. We'll be using 3-inch deck screws to hold everything together. Our budget for this project is $1,000. Luckily, we had some friends that gave us a lot of free labor. Now, we'll catch up later in the video and let you know how we did. Now, first off, we have to clear the land, so you know what you're working with. We grabbed a chainsaw, a weed eater, a pickaxe, and a couple of rakes, and got right to it. Now, since this location is a bit remote, we had to bring all the materials, including 500 pounds of concrete, across a beach, through a creek, up a sand hill, and down a trail through the woods, all by hand. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Clayton Daig that helped on this project. Great guy, good framer, does remodeling just like me, and I really couldn't have done it without him. We're going to put his information down below if you're in the Baton Rouge area and you need a framer or somebody to remodel. Great guy, and again, thanks so much, Clayton. Couldn't have done it without you. Next, we had to map out where the post would go. We wanted a great view of the creek, but also didn't want to have to worry about it being washed away if the creek flooded. Man, this is never good when you start a project and break the most important tool at the beginning. We're back in action with a new post hole digger, so let's get to it. As we laid out our posts, we were careful to keep them away from any trees. That way we didn't have to fight with roots along the whole way. So we're getting pretty far down the hole and the sand is so loose that we can't pull it out. So we're gonna add some water to firm it up and get it out the hole. Let's be real, these posts are monsters. I had no idea how difficult it would be to stand up a 20-foot 6x6 with only 2 people. All right. It was rough, but we got them in the ground. We put them 3 foot in the ground and concreted them in with some fast setting concrete at the bottom. To help us out while we set these posts, we're going to use some fast setting concrete at the bottom of them just to help firm it up so we can frame it up easier. Then on top of that, we'll put normal concrete. We temporarily braced them up against anything we could find. That way we can move on to framing the floor. Another shout out to Peyton Wicker. He helped haul so much material across the creek, up a hill, and across an island. It was crazy. And I'm very sorry for getting the trailer sunk in the creek. Thanks again, Peyton Wicker. You're the man. Next, we moved on to the floors. We framed them up with 2x8x10s on a 16-inch center, so we had plenty of support. Every board's got a natural bow or crown in it, so you want to make sure and look down the board and see which way it curves. You want it to curve up, so over time the board will sag and it'll turn straight. We overlaid it all with 1.25" deck boards, and we got them as tight as we could so as they dry out we won't have any big gaps. Sometimes when you get lumber from a big box store, the ends aren't square, so what we're doing is we're lining a true square on it and cutting it, and then we'll measure from that so everything's perfectly lined up at the end. Next, we framed up the roof with 2x4s. Not too steep, but it was still rough. After we framed it up, we installed the Galvalume metal roofing. They come in 3-foot wide sheets that were 12 foot long. It's definitely a 2-person job. Next, we installed some nice bench seats in the place of rails. That way we have plenty of seating. onto the staircase and built a nice handrail. When we first laid out the stairs, I didn't like how the transition was at the top, so we ended up starting at the top and working our way down and redoing everything. It's much smoother now. Finally was cleanup. We just picked up all the trash and any scrap wood and piled it up to burn later. Man, this project was something. It was hard work. It was so tough bringing all those materials to the job site with our tools and a few hands. This thing is huge. It's massive. I did not know that it would turn out to be so big, but the bigger the better. It really is a nice, cool place to hang. Our original budget was $1,000 for the backyard bungalow. We did go a bit over. We went up to $1,500 on this project, but that gave us nicer seats, stronger posts, and a nice staircase. I think it was well worth it. We're gonna have so much fun hanging out, barbecuing, and just playing out here. I think it turned out awesome.
Thanks so much for checking out this backyard bungalow. We really hope that you enjoyed every second of it. Be sure to like and share this video and comment down below to let us know what you think we should build next. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date on all the latest projects coming your way. So hey, we will see you next time on The Sandal Carpenters.